This is day one of my adventure, going on a trip up into Maine, on into Canada, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island. Jazzy's patiently waiting for me to get the car finished up, and look at that face. She's sad because she's going to have to leave her favorite tree. Poor baby, love you. Minivan Go is all packed up. I've got the cooler in the back. The one I just ordered was a set power, and I'm really excited to see how this works. It's got to be better than the last one I had, but yeah, she's all loaded up. Front's all loaded up. I think I have more food for Jazzy than I do for me. But I got my snacks there, and I got my water under the coat, got my hats, got my clothes, got my food, got all my stuff that I actually have to have for living in this thing for a while. And I am really looking forward to it. I will see you down the road. I am currently at a rest stop just outside of Chautauqua, New York. This is overlooking Lake Chautauqua. If you have never been here, you have been missing some beautiful country. The little town of Bemis Point is very charming and quaint. I just love that little town. Lots of good places to eat. Not far up the road is Jamestown, New York, where you will find the Lucille Ball Museum. Not far from there you will find Ellicottville, if you are into winter sports. Skiing is the big thing in Holiday Valley. And a little further down the road is the Seneca Casino. That's on my bucket list someday. I hope someday you'll put this on yours. Good morning, everyone. This is my second day of my trip, heading up into Maine to meet some friends, and then from there going on into Canada. We'll be gone for a little while. Don't know how long, but whatever it is, we're going to find a lot of fun and adventure. I spent the night in Cracker Barrel parking lot in Clifton Park. Very comfortable, very nice restaurant, very nice city. I enjoyed the stay. I was so tired, I really got a good night's sleep, so of course I enjoyed that because I don't sleep so well. So speaking of the Cracker Barrel parking lots, they are very congenial people. There's always people who are staying there. I see other campers and other cars, what have you. But I would like to give a little bit of advice is to always go in and ask permission. Even though most of them do allow it, there are some that do not. And just as a courtesy, it is a nice idea to go in and ask and let them know that you are there, and just go and enjoy a good night's sleep. Use your gut instinct as to whether or not it really is a good place to stay. I'm sure there are some that might not be quite so nice, maybe, but I have stayed in several in Florida that were very nice, and this one was certainly nice, and I enjoyed a good breakfast there. Right now they have their berry French toast that I just cannot resist. So I had to have that. And you see my little pal looking over my shoulder, wondering where we're going. Oh yes, she's excited. She knows she's going to see Max and Blue pretty soon. But she always gets excited for a trip. So we're having a good time. Going across some beautiful country in New York State. I didn't film much yesterday, I don't think. I was just on the road wanting to get to where I was going. So now that I am kind of settled in and enjoying the trip, I am right now headed to Portland, Maine, and I will be looking up the lighthouse which was my first bucket list item on this trip. So I will be excited to see that, and then from there continue on to meet my friends. So I will be tuning back in with you a little bit later. Well, I'm back already because I just wanted to film a little bit of this beautiful road that I'm on. I am on one of the back roads in eastern New York State. When I left yesterday, I was coming across mostly the Southern Tier Expressway, which is a very nice interstate road. Easy drive, and it was beautiful. I can't say that it wasn't. One thing I didn't have was all the twists and turns like this. But, you know, you just enjoy the scenery as it's going by. And I have really enjoyed this trip because no matter where I've been driving through country that I've only read about in my family history. I've read about some of the places where my ancestors settled along the way, coming east from Massachusetts and Connecticut. So that was pretty exciting to me. So maybe someday I'll come back and explore the region just a little bit more. But to be in places like Broome County, Schoharie County, places where I know that my ancestors had settled, it was just kind of a satisfying experience to actually be in the same areas that they were. And of course, it took that trip west to settle into Cattaraugus County, where my father came from, in Franklinville, New York, and then he met my mother and they settled into the Shingle House, Potter County area. And then after they started having children, we ended up in Bradford, Pennsylvania. And when I was 10, we moved to Crawford County, Pennsylvania, and that's where I've been all my life except for my travels. And I've lived in the rural area, which is very similar to this. Very beautiful. There's just so much beauty to be had, and God has created this for us to enjoy and to be able to live peacefully and happily. So before I get off on another rant, I better be paying attention to the road, so I will be back with you again a little later. So please pardon the bug juice that's all over the windshield. It is springtime, and it's just going to be the way it is until I get it cleaned off again at another stop. Well, hey guys, I just got into Vermont. I'm excited because I've never been to Vermont. And this is a beautiful scene way out there in the distance. I hope this camera is picking it up some because it is beautiful. Very much like New York State, very much like Pennsylvania, but hey, it's Vermont. And you can see that big old mountain range out there. That's a lot of what I've been following pretty much the whole way. Beautiful, isn't it? I never expected to be in Vermont that quickly. Should have been looking at the map so I would have been prepared. I don't know the name of that little stream that I was just filming, but at least I can get a notation of the sign. Welcome to Wilmington, Vermont. So at least I'll be able to find it again. it was worth pulling over to see that. At least I could spot the pull-off just a little bit ahead of me. And I'm sure there will be other points as well. I'll either stop and see them, or I'll just enjoy what I see as I go by. It got to the point where I had so much bug juice on the windshield that I really was having a hard time seeing out the thing myself. So I pulled over just to get it cleaned off. It probably won't be long and I'll have to do it again, but at least for now, I think I'll be able to see for a while. On my way. Back on the road again. We are in Brattleboro, Vermont. Busy little town. I'm thinking there must be some kind of an event going on here today. Lots of traffic coming through, people everywhere. Destination that I have plugged in to get to is the Lighthouse. So hopefully I will get there before it closes. Not that I can climb it, but I at least can take pictures of it even if it is closed. If they have a gift shop, I definitely want to make that. So that's why I'd like to get there before they close. Well, I think I've been in New Hampshire for a while. I've been seeing those signs like we just passed, and I finally was able to read that it said New Hampshire. However, I did not see a big Welcome to New Hampshire sign when I entered this state. Probably because I was paying attention to the road and all the twists and turns and cross traffic and what have you. But yeah, I'm in New Hampshire. Do I sound excited? Well, I am, because it's a new adventure. Never been to New Hampshire, never been to Vermont, never been to Maine, but now it's happening and I am so excited and I am loving it. I missed my photo op of taking this picture of a sign that says Welcome to Maine. Would love to find a welcome center at least. Anyhow, look how clean this windshield is. I just came through a storm. Well, not a storm, it was a nice little rain shower that lasted for about 15 minutes while I was driving, and cleaned it off real good for me. So I've got 49 miles to get to the Portland Head Lighthouse. It says it's going to take me an hour and 23 minutes to get there. So I'll just sit back and enjoy the ride. It says I'll be there around